Unit 5. Expanding Your Horizons. Page 30. Exercise 1. Perspectives. Challenges of Living Abroad. Part A. Listen to people talk about moving to a foreign country. Check the concerns you think you would share.
One thing that I'd really miss is hanging out with my friends.
Something that I'd be worried about is the local food. I'm a picky eater.
Getting used to a different culture might be difficult at first.
I'd be worried about not knowing how to get around in a new city.
The people that I'd miss the most are my parents. We're very close.
Not knowing the local customs is something I'd be concerned about.
I'd be nervous about getting sick and not knowing how to explain my symptoms.
Communicating in a foreign language could be a challenge.
Page 31. Exercise 3. Grammar focus. Noun phrases containing relative clauses.
Something that I'd be worried about is the local food. Something I'd be worried about is the local food.
One thing that I'd really miss is hanging out with my friends. One thing I'd really miss is hanging out with my friends.
The people I'd miss the most are my parents. The people who I'd miss the most are my parents. The people that I'd miss the most are my parents.
The local food is something that I'd be worried about. The local food is something I'd be worried about.
Hanging out with my friends is one thing that I'd really miss. Hanging out with my friends is one thing I'd really miss.
My parents are the people I'd miss the most. My parents are the people who I'd miss the most. My parents are the people that I'd miss the most.
Page 31. Exercise 4. Pronunciation. Word stress in sentences. Part A. Listen and practice. Notice that the important words in a sentence have more stress.
Uruguay is a country that I'd like to live in.
Speaking a foreign language is something I'd be anxious about.
Trying new foods is something I'd be curious about.
Page 33. Exercise 7. Conversation. Bring a small gift. Part A. Listen and practice.
My boss invited my wife and me to dinner at his house.
Oh, how nice!
Yes, but what do you do here when you're invited to someone's house?
Well, here in the U.S., it's the custom to bring a small gift.
Like what?
Oh, maybe some flowers or chocolates.
And is it all right to bring our kids along?
Well, if you want to bring them, you're expected to ask if it's okay first.
Page 33. Exercise 7. Part B. Listen to the rest of the conversation. If you are invited to someone's house in Germany, when are you expected to arrive? What can you bring as a gift?
What are some of the customs in Germany?
Well, when you're invited to someone's house, you can also take flowers. Not red roses, chrysanthemums, carnations, or lilies, but most other flowers are fine.
When should you arrive? Should you arrive a little early?
No, never. You're expected to arrive on time. Punctuality is very important in Germany. If you're going to be more than 15 minutes late, it's important to call the host. It's also the custom to write a short thank you note the following day.
I like that. I wish we did that here more often. To me, it shows good manners.
Page 33. Exercise 8. Grammar focus. Expectations.
When you visit someone, it's the custom to bring a small gift. When you visit someone, you aren't supposed to arrive early.
If you want to bring others, you're expected to ask if it's okay first. If you want to bring others, you're supposed to check with the host. If you want to bring others, it's not acceptable to bring them without asking.
Page 34. Exercise 9. Listening. Different cultures. Part A. Listen to people describe customs they observed abroad. Complete the chart. 1. Carla.
I lived in Saudi Arabia for a while. Women put something over their head and wear clothing that covers the whole body. At first, I felt uncomfortable and found it a real nuisance. But after a while, I got used to it and even started to like it. You feel really secure, and you also don't have to worry about what to wear all the time.
2. Nate.
When I lived in Spain, I was surprised at how late in the evening people eat. When you're invited to dinner, you're expected to come around 9 o'clock, and you usually don't start dinner until 10. And people stay really late, sometimes until 2 in the morning or even later. I found that difficult. How do you get up and go to work the next day after eating and talking until 3 in the morning?
3. Shauna.
One thing that I had to get used to when I was traveling in South Korea was the way people make noise when they drink soup. I think it's because they want to show that they're really enjoying their food, so they make a slurping noise. It bothered me at first, but then I got used to it. I guess it's because when I was growing up, it wasn't acceptable to make noise at the dinner table.